will talk about spring roll.
All right. So Valerie, Vanik, Emma, and Jessica, please listen carefully and think of one question to ask Mary after her talk. All right. So please start, Mary.
Yes. Today we will talk about interesting food. So I think it is special time because everyone didn't have breakfast now. I just feel like I'm very hungry now. I think you are too. With me, I have a lot of kinds of food that I like your porridge, pizza, or Thai hot pot, but they often come from restaurant. But I want to show you about my spring roll that I can do it in my hometown, in my house. I think spring rolls is a kind of food that it is familiar and popular because everyone can do it easily. Even my doctor can grab and help me when I make spring roll. Simply, when I change the main ingredient such as beef or seafood instead of pork, I will have some different flavors. When all of a sudden my doctor asked me, could I allow to grab the spring roll? I really surprised because she just at that time she was 6 years old. When she made spring rolls with me, there are a lot of shapes like long or short, big and small. When we eat that spring rolls, we always ask who made it, and she laughs and smile when she know, because she know who made it. I think it is my interesting food that I share to you. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, I think you mentioned before that a spring roll is your favorite food and you have to use the blender to make it, right? I don't know why you mentioned it, but I remember you mentioned it in your talk before that spring roll is your favorite food. I think when you talked about your blender or something, you said that the blender is used to make spring roll. I don't know if it's right. Okay, so Emma, have you thought of some questions for Mary?
What ingredient in your spring roll, such as meat, vegetable, carrot, or what anything else?
Um, when I made sea, sea, seafood spring rolls, I will I will I will pick carrot, uh, onion, onion, vegetable. Um, uh, there are many kinds of vegetable. Rau sống. I don't know how to call.
Raw vegetable.
I try to remember, but it's really hard to me. There are many words, new words.
Yeah, that's why it's different in writing and speaking. You can
Yes.
say raw vegetable, I think. Yeah, raw meat, raw vegetable. All right.
But it's only vegetable. I don't hear about meat or eggs or
Seafood.
seafood. Oh, okay.
Yes. Sometimes I put inside shrimps or fish or because my children is really like shrimps and yes, crab.
Yeah, I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So how about you, Vanik? What's your question for Mary?
Yes. Okay, I have a question. Mary, how many units of spring roll you eat for one time?
One time I usually make 100 spring rolls because one part I save in my freezer of the refrigerator, and one part I cook immediately for the time.
So you divide it in two. So you divide the 100 spring rolls in two, and
yes.
Okay, I see.
2 parts.
So how about you, Valerie? Valerie, please turn on your audio.
I want to know, how did you make it, Mary?
At the first time, I will repair ingredients. I have to go to the market. Sometimes I don't like buy in the market because near my house the market is not enough vegetable to grab spring roll. So I have to go to the market and I buy meat, vegetable, and something I add inside the spring roll.
Anything.
After that, my daughter and my niece, my fellow helped me to repair a lot of things. I remember that when I try to make spring roll, it's crunchy. I have 2 things to do. The first, I choose rice paper from Nghệ An province. I think it is thick enough to grab spring roll. So and then I have to fry 2 times to make crunchy spring rolls. I think this is my way that my spring rolls are crunchy a long time.
All right. So how long does it often take you to make 100 spring rolls, Mary?
I think almost is is about 2 hours.
Hours without any helps, or like does anyone help you?
I only choose in weekend, at the weekend, to make spring rolls. Yeah. Because it is I need my family members help me.
So your son, your daughter, and your husband as well.
Maybe my husband doesn't enjoy to make spring roll. Only the children, because I want to make connect together. So yes, I make a time for them to do something.
So it's also a family activity that help to connect the family members together. Oh, that's great. You have something to eat too at the end of the day.
Yes.
All right. So Ellie, were you able to listen to Mary's story? Ellie?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So do you have any questions for her?
Yeah, I'm curious. It takes a long time to prepare this food. So when will you make this food for your family? So which occasion, opportunity to cook this food?
Could you ask me again?
Yeah, I'm curious about when you will cook for your family this food, because it take many time to prepare, and it need the patience to write for each spring roll. So when will cook for your family this food?
Yes, I know. I spent a lot of time on cooking for my family. I think spent one time on my family. It is good. Only 2 hours. I think it's okay.
I think Mary already mentioned that she often cooks this dish on the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. So like how often will you cook this dish? Every weekend or like once a month?
Once a month.
I see. So this month, did you already cook spring roll?
Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you. And Jessica, how about you? What's your question for Mary?
You said that spring roll is popular. So why do you think spring roll is popular?
Because I think in Vietnam,
maybe
in my hometown and near my house, I never see other house can't make spring roll. So I think it is popular.
No, maybe it is a traditional food in Vietnam.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Mary.
Thank
and
you,
Jessica.
Jessica.
So I just want to give you some feedback for you, Mary. So you said that everyone didn't have dinner. Like you said that when you mentioned spring roll, and you said that maybe everyone here didn't have dinner, right? Breakfast, sorry. Everyone here didn't have breakfast. But we should say everyone hasn't had. We should use the present perfect tense for something that we haven't done. But tính đến thời điểm này chưa làm gì đó, mình sẽ nói thể dung thì hiện tại hoàn thành.
Yes, okay.
Everyone hasn't had breakfast. All right. So when you talk about your daughter asking you for permission to roll spring roll, so you said, could I? She asked me, could I allow to do something? And if you say, could I?
Yes.
Could you allow?
Yes. Okay.
And also we have to have there should be an object after allow, not just allow to, but allow someone to do something, allow her or allow me to do something. Yes. Okay. And you talk about the buying ingredients in the market. You said the market is not enough vegetable. So if when you want to talk that there is not enough vegetable in the in the market in your neighborhood. And also
when I talk, so maybe it's I don't remember the grammar.
Yeah. So I think you all know these grammar structures, but when you talk, it's different. So, and also please pay attention to some of the pronunciation of the words prepare, refrigerator. Yeah, those words. Okay. And Vanik said that I see the tattoo in your hand. I think your son or your daughter draw it in your hand. In your hand, Mary. Yeah.
I know some words I want to remember when I go out.
Wow, English words.
Yes.